Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bible Study Minute. Today we're taking a look at 1 Corinthians chapters 13 and 14. And what we see happening in this chapter is Paul continuing his discussion on spiritual gifts. So in chapter 13, his focus is on love. He basically says, if you don't have love, then everything that you're doing is meaningless and there's no value or worth to it whatsoever. So everything we do needs to be motivated and rooted in love. That needs to be the essence of our character. And then in chapter 14, he has a discussion about tongues and prophecy. And the quickest way to summarize that is basically saying, speaking in tongues is pointless if you don't understand what's being said. It's so much better to prophesy and understand what's being said than to speak thousands and thousands of words in a tongue that nobody understands. And that's really the point here, is that the spiritual gifts that have been given by God are for the edification of the church. And so if people in the church are not being edified by this particular gift, then its use is pointless. And so when it comes to speaking in tongues, the point was, unless there's someone to interpret those tongues, the use of that gift in the church is meaningless. And then he has a little bit of an aside talking about how it's really a sign for unbelievers as a sign of their condemnation. But really the point here is that the gifts that have been given by God are for the edification of the church and for building it up. And that's our main takeaway, is we need to examine ourselves and see how we're using the gifts that God has given us. Are we using it for self and self-glorification, which is a constant theme throughout the book of 1 Corinthians, where we see many selfish actions and motives? Or are we doing it to build up Christ's church? Because if that's our motivation, then we're walking in love and we're doing things for the edification of others and building up the church. So that's what I want to leave you with today, as you take a look at these two chapters, is really to focus in on how you can use your gifts to build up others and to walk in love. So that's all I have for now. And until next time, grace and peace.